Hello everybody and welcome back to Analog Vernacular. Today we're going to be playing some more Tales of Arise, and we've done quite a bit of side questing. I think we've spent like 2 episodes doing some side questing. So we do have 2 more gigant fights that we could do at the moment, but I think I'm going to wait on that. I think we're going to move on with the main story for a short while before going to do that. One, because, well, we're basically completely out of items for the most part. And 2, we just, you know, I want to keep a good pace between the 2. So we are going to continue with some main story stuff for the time being. And yeah, we'll see where we go from there. You may notice that my voice may sound different. I completely did a rehaul of my audio. Not my equipment. All my equipment's the same, just mostly my filters. So I basically installed a whole bunch of new VST plugins and completely rehauled my EQ and my compressor and whatnot, and I think that it sounds much better. I tried doing a little bit of EQing in the previous couple of episodes, didn't like where it was at, and decided to just completely rebuild my my VSTs. So I think that it sounds really nice, and I think that this is probably what we're going to be going for going forward in all of my playthroughs, and I think that it just sounds a lot better. And like I said, it's not a change in equipment, it's just all about what you do in that, you know, in those VST plugins. Sometimes it can make a huge difference. So, okay. At any rate, do let me know if anything does sound a little bit weird or if my voice starts cutting out. I think I've got my noise gate right where it needs to be, so, but do let me know if you notice anything funky. Okay, so let's see. I think that I need to practice Dohalim a little bit. We just got him, and I don't know how to play as him yet, so we're gonna have to figure that out. Alright, we've played as him a little bit, but not much. Still don't have a lot of options here, so we've got our up and we've got our down attacks. Tempest. I haven't played in a couple of days, so I have to remind myself a lot of this stuff. So I don't have any of his spells on right now. I should probably have at least one. I'm gonna put Tempest here. And maybe Stalagmite here. I remember I like air pressure quite a bit, but it's it kind of locks you down for a long time. So let's try Stalagmite, because I don't think I've tried that one yet. And we're gonna have to get into the swing of things, because like I said, I haven't played for a couple of days. Been really busy with work. We just started our first show, so...
I think Hoodle senses something.
Oh, good. We'll find you, Hoodle.
Mahagsar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find there.
It doesn't matter. If they try to get in our way, we'll take them down and that'll be that.
So this is the last realm we're going to. Okay, I wasn't sure. So 5 realms.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Ow.
Resonate with the earth. Stalagmite.
If they rush you, you gotta jump for cover, okay?
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Whoops.
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara.
It's over. Tornado drive. Mirage.
Shield and
Kisara. All yours, Kisara.
Yeah, we'll be a little bit slow for a minute, but
Wow.
I'll get back into the swing of it.
Found.
Okay.
No choice. I shall ensure you survive this.
Anything in armor is all.
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Elusive deity. Tornado drive. Elusive deity.
Look sharp.
Only getting started.
Resonate with the earth.
Farewell, astral energy. Full throttle.
Oh, that killed them all.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Well done, Kisara.
What's this?
Red Jasmine Resistance, huh? Okay. Who could use this? Guess maybe lean into it with Alphen.
Thing.
Okay, so are we close to this owl then? Wow, there's a campsite up there already?
No choice. Resonate with the earth. Elusive deity. Tornado
I'll
drive.
take out the legs with my shield.
Going in.
Take this!
Elusive deity. Charging us.
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Where are
Got
you
it.
going?
I'll leave it to you. Severing wing. We've turned the tables on them.
There are still more left. You're going pretty hard in this battle.
I am not easily given to restraint.
Sometimes I wish
Coming through. Ha! Now.
Well, that'll get the job done.
Scarlet and
Get yours, Alphen. Get yours.
this is the power of the blazing sword.
There's something in the water.
Oh, are they gonna finally give us fishing? Took them long enough.
I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Talka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
I'm sorry,
What
what?
do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Renin eyes. Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble. I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod. You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done.
Please do. Okay, various fishing points are scattered around Dahna, which contain different species of fish to catch. These fish can then be used in cooking, sold for gold, or even unlock new titles, so don't hesitate to try new fishing holes when you find them. Fishing consists of 4 steps: cast the line, lure the fish, hook them, and reel them in. For more information about these steps, consult the fishing controls topic. Let's do that right now. Okay, so select the location.
I hope we catch something decent.
Indeed. Hungry
Okay,
bellies are
so you got
counting on
bubbles,
this.
you got jumpers, cast lure, select rod lure, quit fishing. We probably only have the one, right? So Miguel's rod. Seen better days, decade of use.
Wouldn't it be easier to simply use astral arts to catch the fish and be done with it?
That misses the whole point of going out to fish.
Okay. Hard shake, soft shake.
Nothing's biting.
Yeah, they're not interested.
All right. Well, it's not bad per se.
You take your fishing pretty seriously.
Dude, I'm so good at this. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't quite know what I was doing on that. But we'll figure it out. Let's try it again. So is the exclamation bad then? Come on, dude. Oh, I see. I'm supposed to get into that circle. I was just staring at the right, not paying attention to the left.
Nothing's biting.
Sure. Okay. We're gonna try this again. Probably just not the right fish for the lure.
All right, once more from the top.
So I'm guessing if it's not the right fish, doesn't really do anything for us.
Ha!
Okay, so yeah, you do want it in the green.
Reel it in.
What did we even get? Oh, wrong thing. They've all been R2s.
You've got to know when to quit.
I pushed it, but it didn't read it. Okay, so I'm really bad at fishing, clearly.
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins. Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that,
now she's interested.
Maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us.
Okay, so I'm bad at that.
Okay!
You look like you know your way with a rod. Are you talking to Kisara right now? That's so rude. I've been fishing a long time and have built up a good collection of equipment for it. I'll share it with you if you're interested. I just want one thing in exchange. All I ask is for you to show me records of any fish you catch. The more you catch, the more equipment I'll hook you up with. If you need anything, I'm always here. Don't be afraid to come up and talk to me. Okay, cool. The fishing expert found at Talka Pond can teach you the basics about fishing. If you show him your fishing notes, he'll tell you where to go catch fish you haven't found, as well as giving you new fishing gear based on how much you've caught. I definitely earned some amazing fishing rods from my one bass that I got, right? An invitation to fish. All right, some free experience in SP there. Oh, there's something I need to show everybody here, too, that I found out. Okay. Okay, faster AG recovery, well done. Now what do we have marked for you? This one here, we're gonna get an attack plus 10 bonus. Yeah, I'll take that. Okay. What do we got on here? Easier overlimit, igneous discharge, an attack that strikes the ground, sending rocks flying. Ooh, we need mid-air evasion. That one first off. KO preventions, we're gonna get that next, and then probably igneous discharge. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Okay, penetration plus 10 for that bonus. What do we need to target next with you? Counterattack damage. That could be pretty good. Counter edge strengthened. Awakening attack. Yeah, there's a lot of things for this awakening that we should probably invest in. It's probably really good for him. Like, the better he can get his awakening, like, just the more battle potential he's gonna have. So I should probably really start focusing on some of that, because I feel like I've been ignoring it. And it's probably really good. And then pair that with, like, yeah, trigger overlimit while awakened. Like, if we can get it sooner and then trigger his overlimits, like, dude, that could be really good. Could really lean into that. Oh, so here's the thing that I was going to show you. Owl's met 80%. So basically this tells us how we can unlock new titles. I didn't realize this before. Probably should have figured it out through, contextual, information, but items collected 50%. Advance the subquest bibliophile. So that's the one that we just got, where we're going to turn in books to the librarian. Novice solo training grounds cleared. Oh yeah, dude. I got to figure out how to do that with Rinwell. I really do, because we could unlock that one like right now. Okay, what about you? Oh, so the novice solo training isn't the... Yeah, that's the, like, level 31. Gotcha. Roasted chicken. Meal cooked. Okay, we'll have to see if that's in our list, because that's an easy one we might be able to do. NPC save 12. We're working on that one. We've gotten every single one we found so far. Okay. Hold on. Let's also, while we're doing this, make sure that we're unlocking things. I mean, we're doing pretty good at unlocking things with you. Maybe you. Increased critical damage also is really good. Yeah, let's do that for now. Boost gauge from enemy downs. Maybe that. Faster AG recovery is always going to be pretty good. That one's 960. Okay, this one's cheaper. Yeah, a lot cheaper. These ones are relatively cheap, and it'll give me penetration plus 20. I wonder if I should just, like, main these ones. Just real quick. I mean, I could get all three of those in the same amount of SP as this. I mean, not quite, but my point is that they're close, right? So let's just main these and get that bonus, and then we'll work towards faster AG recovery, I think. Okay, NPC saved. Cool. Novice solo. Power strike proficiency? I don't know what that means, if I'm being honest. Favorite meals cooked, 5. Okay, cool. We could probably work towards that one too. So we're looking for roasted chicken if we have that one, if we have that available, and power strike proficiency. Okay. No. I don't know what that means. Favorite meals cooked for Kisara. Okay. Okay, we need to unlock his, like, mid-air evasion. I hate it when characters don't have that. Fleet-footed enemies nullified by boost attacks. Big Game Hunter. Subquest. Watch him be the 12th one for that thing. You're a lifesaver. Now I can get back to my miss. Sorry. Forget I spoke. Carry on, don't mind me. Oh, little tryst there, huh? Infantry shield. Okay. It's just worse. That's fine.
Arts can do.
Just doing my job. No need to thank me.
It's a lot of silence. We good?
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess
But
it's force of
completely
habit,
silent.
most likely. I was always ready to protect him should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
You tell her in well.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it.
We've got freaking punished Dohalim over here. Floral binds?
I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Okay, cool.
Dohalim's fighting style is... what's the word I'm looking for? Subdued? No...
Do you mean elegant, perhaps?
Yeah, that's the word. For better or worse, you can definitely tell he's cut from posh rending cloth.
And he's not just skilled with the staff either. He can also use astral arts, including healing ones. I can see how he made it to the position of a lord.
You flatter me, but my fighting techniques merely come from a style that aims to conserve energy by minimizing body movement.
Is that why you wait until the last second before you dodge attacks? To avoid unnecessary movements?
No, I do that to sharpen my senses. I find that doing so is an effective means of drawing out my innermost strength.
Oh yeah, I've noticed you look stronger and strike out with your rod more after you dodge attacks. Guess that's why.
Still, it's a risk. Don't you ever worry you'll dodge at the wrong moment?
Then, it'll be just as well.
Huh?
It's nothing. Let us continue.
Okay. Let's see if we have roasted chicken in our list. I don't think we do, but maybe.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
Yeah, I was gonna
noticed,
say hers doesn't look like
especially
everybody
with
else's.
that open back.
We guardsmen pride ourselves on never showing our back to our enemies. It's my way of making myself live up to that. Plus,
It's also
it
dumb.
makes it that much lighter and easier to maintain.
Until you get
Dohalim.
stabbed in the back.
Do you have anything to say about this?
Every guardsman is allowed to wear their armor as they see fit.
And you, La?
Huh? Why are you asking me?
Okay. Alright, so we don't have roasted chicken yet. Now, favorite meal. If we do 5 of these, we'll unlock something for you. More dropped items, more experience boost. Ooh. But we don't have a sea bream. Oh yeah, that's right. So we need to get some sea bream, huh?
Looks perfect and tastes just as good.
I love the hand sweep. The very dramatic hand sweep.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? You worried about what's going on with Menancia?
What makes you think that?
Well, you were speaking to Kisara earlier, weren't you?
It's rude to listen in on others you know.
Sorry. I didn't hear what you two were actually talking about, though. I just figured it was Menancia since it was the two of you.
I am but a former lord who has abandoned his post. I'm no longer in a position to lead the realm in any capacity whatsoever. Yet Kisara still seeks out my opinions, knowing full well that is the case. This despite the fact I am no longer her master either.
Couldn't it be precisely because you're not her master anymore? It's natural for friends to want to hear each other's opinions.
I hadn't considered that possibility.
It's funny what you miss sometimes.
Hardly uncommon among artistic types such as myself. When lordships are decided based solely on one's astral energy, it can lead to funny results.
Based solely.
But even so,
Oh.
you still took your job as lord seriously, didn't you?
Certainly. I learned to perform my functions. However, I was less interested in ruling, so much as avoiding life and death decisions. Of course, such a mentality in the end led only to sickening pain and death taking place elsewhere out of sight. I pretended not to see or hear any of it, content to let our supposed peace and equality keep me blind and deaf to reality. I was a fool.
But you're making amends.
I would like to think so. The path ahead is dark, yet I still walk on. I merely pray that I shan't fall down any holes along the way. We'd
Okay.
best get ready for tomorrow.
I guess that makes sense for a society that's like pretty much built around just power, you know? Like power is the only
Shall
thing
we
that
get
matters
moving?
to them. It makes sense that their lords would just be picked simply by who has the most astral energy. Like the most magical prowess, you know? It's one way to do it, I guess. It's not a good way to do it, but it's a way to do it. Okay, if you're planning to go hiking, make sure to stock up on supplies here. Otherwise, you should turn back and head straight to Vicente. Okay, let's manage our ranch. Horse, cow, and pig. We got some horse meat. Oh, good. I still don't know how this guard livestock thing is supposed to work. Like, we haven't found any new guard dogs or cats or anything. Hasn't really, come into play yet, has it? We have no food, no money. Have we earned anything to sell? Okay, that's something. Okay, probably between episodes I'll do some more fishing and try and figure it out. I'd like to maintain the illusion that I'm at least mediocre at games and not actually
Something
bad at
feels
them.
odd here.
I don't want people
Be
to
on
know
your
that.
guard.
So, we're gonna do everything I can to make sure that none of you figure out that I suck at video games. So I'm gonna try and practice that off screen.
Don't get careless.
Resonate with
Don't
the
tell
earth.
me!
Rise is spoken!
Elusive deity. Everyone drive. My
Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite! Handle it!
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Elusive deity! Tornado drive!
Wasteland Blast.
Elusive deity! Tornado drive!
This one's mine.
Raining
the good of all of us.
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisa!
God, that attack is so cool.
In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
Glacial Spear! Freeze Lantern!
Rising Wyvern!
Do it!
Rinwell! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Oh, that one was cool. That might be the first time I've seen that one. I don't remember it.
Over so soon.
It's very cool. Okay, I think these guys dodge a lot, so this is going to be the thing that teaches us Dohalim's ability. This is a pain. Why can't the Soogle stand still?
All right.
Perhaps it's time I deploy my secret weapon. I'll stop it right where it stands. Okay. Prehendere? Or Prehender? I don't know how to say that. Grows vines from the ground to ensnare enemies and strike them. Effective on fleet-footed enemies, this nullifies their evasive abilities and downs them.
There's nowhere to run from my heart. When he slows down, that's our chance.
So when they start glowing like that, is that when I'm supposed to do it?
In a bind?
Yeah, it doesn't count when they're not glowing, so...
Prepare to be sealed. Actually, pound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing.
Can't get out of this.
Whoops, I thought he was glowing up, but he's not.
Prepare to be sealed.
I'm waiting. Damn it, too late.
Can't get out of this. Look sharp.
When fast enemies like wolves or monkeys appear, send in Dohalim. His boost attack will nullify their evasive abilities and keep them from dodging attacks.
No further.
Reload! Tiger Blade!
Take it.
Lion Power! Piercing Roar!
Demon Fang. Elusive Demon Fang. Tornado Drive. Destruction. Take this. Demon Fang. Resonate with the earth. Stalagmite. Here I come.
By the power of
Rising light.
Damn, that's quick. You gotta be ready.
Elusive Demon. Fang. Hey. Blow them away.
Well, that was awesome too.
Piercing Roar!
Thank you.
Hurricane Strike! Look sharp!
In a bind.
Look sharp!
Elusive Demon Fang. Tornado Drive. Coming through. Ha! Now. Scarlet Inferno. Kisara, all yours, Kisara.
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Dahnan relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Ooh,
Are you interested in this stuff
a
too,
little bit of
Dohalim?
spice to that.
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I mean, what is it?
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's down in history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
Okay, what did I miss? What is it? Okay. Crocodile Crusher? Ages ago, this worn-down hammer was used to beat back crocodiles. Those skilled enough to dual-wield with it were lauded as champions. What the hell? Artifacts. Artifacts confer special effects simply by having them, some of which serve as bonuses that can be enjoyed after clearing the game. You can toggle each of these effects on or off from the artifact effects list, so they only work after we've beaten the game once? Additional art panels. You can now set 6 additional arts. Press triangle on the art screen to switch between panels. Arts that are set to the second panel can be executed by pressing L2. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Now, like, for my healers, I can have, like, a support set, and, like, my L2 can be the support set for, like, healing and buffs and stuff. Oh, I love that. Okay, who's this for? Speeds up the rate of AG recovery. Dohalim, cool. So right now I'm doing faster AG recovery, which you just got here as well.
I sense a strange power from this.
I can feel my precision improving.
Demi-human muscle. Lovely.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
What are those little pods? Little, like, spiders come out of those, like eggs or something? I'm gonna be very upset. Okay. So that's a dead end, so we probably should go down there. We've got an R1.
I just noticed none of you other Dahnans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen?
Yeah.
You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Dahnan slaves around me did. I was the only exception.
There's a story there.
They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
Cool.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman. And this is my chance to have a new beginning.
The ones left waiting.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Dahnan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Dahnans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Dahnans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
And now, for our hour-long philosophy lesson.
Brace yourselves! This one's tough! Take this! It's go time!
This one's mine!
I can
Stay calm. I shall
Oh,
provide
good.
assistance.
Nailed it.
One more! Far enough!
begin!
Got fire!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
Tornado drive!
All yours!
By the power of
Elusive
water!
deity! Tornado drive!
Hurricane strike! Here's the
Another incantation ruin.
You're on deck! Resonate with
Too
the
fast!
earth! Stand back! I'll trip it up!
Hurricane strike! I never miss! Look sharp!
I have no limits!
Can't get out of this! Begin!
Here's the healing circle!
Elusive
I owe you one
deity!
for that.
Tornado drive!
Here's evil!
Coming through! Ha! No! Scarlet Inferno!
Elusive deity!
Hurricane strike!
Tornado drive!
Never mind! Don't mind if I do! Going in! Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
Going in! I'm quite aware without you reminding me. Hurricane!
Hey! Blow them away!
I'll heal you all!
Resonate with the earth!
I
am not beyond fury!
Take this!
This one's mine! One more!
Tornado drive!
Gemini onward! Look sharp!
Behold! The earth's pulse! Tectonic vision!
Ooh, that was cool. Yeah, that was the first time we've seen that one.
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! Glacial Spear! Here's evil! Far enough!
Begin! Elusive deity! All yours, Kisara!
Yeah, I'm not very good at playing as him.
Good to know my training is paying off.
Ooh, yeah. Give me all the gold, baby. I definitely need it, that's for sure. Okay, well, I think this is where we're going to end this episode, so thank you all for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Have a good one, everybody. I'd like to give a very special shout out to my patron supporters, Darren York, ZTD, Anur, Seventh Son, Louis D, and Ivan Kolbabyuk. If you would also like to join this tier or any others, check out my memberships or my Patreon in the description down below.